Oh, hello, friends. How are we doing? Happy Thursday. I already started doing my makeup because I didn't feel like taking a ton of time to do it on stream, but we're going real simple, like simple purple eyeshadow. I kind of want some under my eyes though, too. So, hold on. How's everybody doing today? Zlo, congrats on first. Becca, hello. Artemis, hello. What a banger, obviously. Y'all know, so it was really last stream that we debuted this music. For those who weren't here Saturday, this new music is by one of my best friends, Ovi. She's a super talented musician and composer. And the track I've been using before this one, also by her, it was a birthday gift. This one I commissioned because I was like, you make great music, I want more. She killed it. So go check her out. She's on Spotify as The Arcane. That's 2 words, The Arcane. I need to link her Spotify in my about section down below in the credits area. I will someone remind me to do that. Becca, can you put that in the reminders in Discord? Because she is so super talented and I want to credit her so that y'all can find her music. Because it's so good. I also really love how like this lavender eyeshadow looks on me. I haven't done it in a while and I don't know why I haven't. Also, oh my gosh, Artemis 60 stream streak. That's crazy. Congrats. How's everyone's week going? Mine, if I don't count work, my week's been great. Work has kind of been a nightmare though, as always. And I'm at a point where I'm like constantly looking for a new job because I can't do what I do for much longer if I want to stay sane. But it's all good. What a Stream Deck Mini! Exciting! And a few other things. I'm most excited for the Stream Deck. I'm so excited for you. I love my Stream Deck. I think it's one of the most useful tools for a streamer, honestly. There are a lot of uses for it outside of streaming too, though. Like they have a lot of functionality like built into their like system that you can like download functions for other things. And I think that's really cool. Sorry, I'm like blocking my face with the mirror. But yeah, I really like my Stream Deck. I have the standard size, like 15 key Stream Deck. And there are days where I wish I had the bigger one. I don't really need the bigger one, but there are days I wish I had it. Roommate got one too, so I tested it out and decided to get one. I love that. I love that you got to test it beforehand. Because that was something for me, like I kind of went in blind. But yeah, I really like it a lot. Okay, y'all, I think I want to do the lavender mascara since we did like the lavender eyeshadow and I'm wearing my purple person sweatshirt. I'm actually wearing purple pants that match the sweatshirt too. It was not intentional, but I need to do laundry. But also it like kind of looks good together. Okay, let me curl my lashes before I do mascara. Hold on. We're not even gonna bother with eyeliner tonight because I kind of am liking the really light look. Y'all, it's weird to not be streaming Dragon Age right now. It's very weird, I'm not gonna lie. But here we are. streaming something that's not Dragon Age, and it's gonna go great. I'm gonna have so much fun. I am actually genuinely excited to play the Stanley Parable. It's a game that I've had in my Steam wishlist for years at this point, and I just never got around to it because I didn't have like the opportunity to play it. It was not on sale, unfortunately. Like, I should have bought it when it was on sale, but it's worth it because I will probably play it multiple times. Okay. Lashes are curled. Let's get that lavender mascara on. So I need to take my earbuds out for a second because I feel like I can hear something. Oh, I didn't turn the volume down on my speakers enough because I'm lurking in a friend's stream right now. Okay, there we go. And if this friend is still live later, we are absolutely rating her. Because she's like super close to affiliate and I want to help her get there, so. What are my lashes doing? They're very like clumping together, but it's okay. Also, I thought it was really fitting to wear all my purple stuff today because this collection, my Purple Person collection, is releasing on Saturday, y'all. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for y'all to get your Purple Person merch or your Pink Person merch or your Blue Person merch, whatever color you want. I've got 6 colors total. I'll show it all off on Saturday, but we've got the crew neck sweatshirt, we've got t-shirts, we've got coffee mugs, we've got stickers, we've got patches. That's something I didn't do for
dude,
my
I got some banana bread at work today, dude.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hi, Cindy. What else do I have? Oh, I have baseball caps. I need to get myself one of the baseball caps. Because they're really cute. Why are my lashes clumping up so funky? What in the world? Okay, I think we're good now. Next paycheck, because I just dropped more money than I needed on Amazon. No, that's so fair. That is so fair. I have not yet decided. Spoon! I've not yet decided how, like, if I'm gonna do a discount for the release for just one day or for like a week or something. I'll decide that between now and Saturday. I'm amazed you managed to miss the spoiler in the Stanley Parable where Goku shows up and uses the spirit bomb. It just came out of left field. Gosh darn it, Zlo. Get out of here. No. How dare you spoil it? No. All good. Okay, really quick. Before we go any, actually, hold on. We're gonna amp up the purple just a little bit more. If I can, is this, I wanna make sure this lipstick isn't like going bad. Okay, it doesn't look terrible. Let me just like mix it around a bit. Okay, it's fine. Okay. I love this lipstick a lot because it's more like a gloss than a lipstick. However, it is very pink in comparison because it's so sheer. But it's fine. Actually, I'm gonna just take a tissue and like dab a little bit so it's not so intense. Okay. Okay, that's better, I think. All right, y'all. Before we boot up the Stanley Parable, I want to share a couple things. One, merch drop for my Purple Person merch Saturday. Also Saturday, I'm doing my Trixie Mattel drag makeup stream. So if there are particular Trixie looks you want to see, put them in the stream suggestions channel in in Discord. Put if there's a specific Trixie look that you're like, this is the one I want you to do, put it in the stream suggestion channel and in Discord. So that and merch Saturday. Next thing, I mentioned before, we're gonna raid my friend after stream if she's still alive. She is working towards affiliate right now. She's super close, like just a couple followers away. So after stream, we are gonna go raid her. However, we're gonna shout her out right now. So if there's anyone here that is not following her yet, you should. She is currently doing her very first playthrough of the Dragon Age series. She's currently in the Mage Tower in Origins. And I'm like, it's killing me that I'm not there to watch right now because I'm so invested. So I will be watching this stream of hers tomorrow while I work, probably. But I'm so excited for her. You friends? Cindy, shut up. All right. Anyways, go drop her a follow. Surprisingly good stream as well. Don't normally do VTubers. Right. Same. She and my other friend Rye, who goes by, what's his full username? Orion the Nova VT. He also streams as a PNG tuber, and both of their streams I love watching. No? Okay. Whatever. But yeah, go drop Ray a follow. Please, 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 please. She's having so much fun with Dragon Age. She loves Mass Effect, so I knew she was going to like Dragon Age. She's a big fantasy nerd. She's in my D&D group. So go drop her a follow. We're going to head on over to her channel at the end of stream for a raid. Just watching Ryan earlier. Yeah. I love watching his streams. I always try to leave a lurk when I can, but yeah. Anyways, y'all, who's ready for some of the Stanley Parable? I need to make sure I mute her stream in the background at least. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Hi, Hannah. Pizza. Oh my gosh. I forgot. We have to do our prediction. For those of you who were here at the very beginning for the prediction, one person guessed wrong and only used 10 channel points. It was slow. So congrats everybody else who got it right. It was pizza that I had for dinner. You're not getting much in the way of channel points though, because only one person got it wrong. If I can't yap, then what even is my purpose? True. I knew the answer, but salmon was funny. I love that. So congrats, Artemis. Okay, let me make sure that Ray's stream is muted in the background so that at least I can still hear, like, be lurking, but that way y'all don't hear it while I'm trying to stream. Hold up, I have so many notifications in Discord. What is going on? What is going on? What the fuck is going on? Sorry, y'all. Just had a bunch of pings in Discord that I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'll have to go to a card shop to buy at least a list of 15 cards for a deck that only has room for one more because that's how math works. Oh my gosh, Slow. That's crazy. Well, I hope you're successful. Where did Steam go? There's Steam. Okay. Let me get the TikTok stream started too. Such vulgar language doesn't fit a lady. Listen, since when am I trying to be ladylike? All right, y'all. We're live on TikTok as well. Obviously, if you want to say hi and like the live and share the live over there, you're welcome to. But I'd rather you stay here because this is where I make the money. So, what a cute girl's around. Specifically when Chantel's around, yes. Okay. Stanley Parable. Let's go. I didn't think to boot the game up earlier to test things out, but that's okay. Oh my gosh, Slow. Thanks for liking the live. This is where the magic happens. True. Or Canada does those. So true. So true. All right, I don't know. Oh, shoot. Shoot. I didn't. Okay, hold on. Y'all get to see the behind the scenes stuff because I forgot to switch audio to y'all. Okay, now. Yeah, now we got audio. Okay. Okay. English, please. I have not played the Stanley Parable before. Please adjust the slider until the computer's barely visible. I like it brighter than most games tell you to set it, so I'm keeping it where it is, I think. Although, how much of an adjustment is it? You know what? No, let's do that. That way it's not too bright. Actually, I'm looking at the stream quality. No, let's turn it down a little bit more. Oh, yeah, I can go more. Okay, that's fine. Please enter the current time. Oh, okay. This is like, it is 8:11. Oh, I've got to cycle through. There we go. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Thanks for the save game, Kai. I will save when I can. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. That's fun. Can I like interact with anything else in the menu? Doesn't look like it. Normally I do max it out. But then I was thinking about stream quality. We can always adjust it as we go, but I was thinking maybe we should lower it just so that nothing's too bright. I don't want to flashbang y'all with anything. Let's check settings. Field of view. Probably fine. Oh, do I want to consider using a controller or do I want to use keyboard and mouse? Probably keyboard and mouse because that's what I prefer generally. Audio. Let me know if anyone has played this before. Let me know if there's anything you think I should adjust, but I'm gonna leave things for the most part the same. Oh, there's no ultra, so just high is fine. Controls. WSD is walk. Base is jump. E is interact. Also click is interact. Controls crouch, auto walk. Okay, that seems simple enough. That seems very simple. Okay, here we go. The end is never. The end is loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
That's unfair.
And
She
although
made
others
those.
might have considered it soul-wrecking,
Hi,
Stanley
Chantel.
relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Interesting.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, I know that the game is telling me to do that. I'm going to pause for a second because I just realized that I didn't put my dagger on the wall and I didn't turn my rainbow light on. So 1 second. Okay. The essentials are set up now behind me. So let us resume. We've been told we got up and walked out. Ooh, the camera sensitivity is really high. Hold on. That's better. Oh, it's still really high. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Literally take that all the way down. That's better. Movement is still so fast. You guys on the channel point. Hello, Jamie. Also, is there a save button? There is not. Kai, I will refund you the save game. I can play with the phone. Okay, well, we left the office. I got it. Thanks, Becca. Hello, my queen. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I hope you're doing well as well. Okay, can't get in that door. I'm gonna try every door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh, and
Stanley
our door's
decided to go
closed.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Before we go to the meeting room, I hate Mondays. Ha ha ha. Oh no, my. Hold on. Down here is broken. See, now my mouse is up top. Hold on. Hold on. Finley's yelling. I think she says hi. Hi, Finley. Okay, let's fix this. There we go. Tis fixed. Tis fixed.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
This desk literally just has a pencil sharpener. Wait, jump is spacebar, but I can't jump currently. Interesting. Who farted? That computer's installing something. Number one, dad. I like work. I just hate my boss. What does the other mug say? smile, it looks like.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
Yep.
Nor did it advance the story in any way.
Yep, you are correct. I am touching and looking at everything. This is an unlabeled door. Interesting. Again, each desk is different, which I actually really like. Whoa. Whoa, what's over there? Hello. Be my Valentine. Who farted again? Okay, somebody copied somebody else, clearly. Also, now we have to watch Severance together. Dope. I'm down. Also, 40 stream streak. What? Does it just say fuck? Did the mug just say fuck? I love that. Username access. Another who farted. So original. Okay, before we go in there.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the
Yes,
office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
I'm like, I don't know what to look at. Obviously, I gotta find the meeting room. We already talked about how the show is influenced by this. No. I didn't know that. Ooh, is this the meeting room?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
Let
entered
me
the door
out.
on his left.
Wait, this window shouldn't be a window. Should it? There was a room on the other side of both of these windows. Interesting. Okay, I have 2 doors to choose from. Chat, right or left? What do we think? Right? Okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Well, I'm glad I went this way. I always like going the wrong way first in video games, so this worked well for me actually. This is good. We're gonna find a door that opens eventually. Ooh, this is a cute
Yes,
lounge.
truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all.
Yes.
Just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Give me a drink. Give me a drink.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
This is
A
hysterical.
room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Coffee nut. Okay, wait. Now I can see. Oh no.
At this point,
It just says
Stanley's
fuel.
obsession with this room bordered on creepy
I said
and
fuck,
reflected
like-
poorly on his overall personality.
That's what I would be wanting to say all the time
Possible
when I work.
that this is
so.
why everyone left. But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Ooh. Wait, but it said the first open door on his left. So it wants me to go through there. So hold on. Ooh. And that door didn't close on me. Do not lie if you're lying right now. Stop.
Stanley was so bad
No!
at following directions, it's
It's fine.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
It's fine. It's fine. Ah! Another coffee cup. Oh, that needs a key card. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 5,000. Can we jump? Is that what we're here to do?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
Do I jump?
foot.
Somebody, do I jump?
I'm not sure.
Do I jump?
Really, I'm not.
Hurry up. Do I jump?
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone
Thank
thinks
you.
you're very powerful.
Thank you. It is giving Portal vibes. I imagine there's probably like something that happens if you stay in the room too long.
All
All right,
of his
we'll fly
co-workers
through.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're zooming now. Portal is peak
When
gaming,
Stanley
true.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, do I go to the right again and try to do the door that I skipped? / stay on the lift, or do I go to the left? Do I try to be completionist about this, or just try to do what the game wants me to do? It's the real. I think I'm really curious what's on across from the lift, so we're gonna go
This
this way
was
again.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ooh, no, I want to know what's across the way from the lift.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I want to know what's over here.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Oh.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To
Oh.
put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Huh?
She's been waiting.
Who's been waiting? Who? What's in here? I don't like that it's nothing. Ah!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Do I pick it up? I'm picking it up.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Do I go in or do I go? I guess we'll go in. Hello,
This is
wife.
a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh. Good morning, employee 407. Press B on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press K.
Look at him there, pushing buttons.
Is it gonna murder
doing
you?
exactly
It might.
what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press Z.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press V to watch TV. What if I don't want to watch? Oh, the couch is gone. The couch is gone.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press N to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press B to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it
A game
the
with a
Stanley
baby.
Parable.
Oh. Press I to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press P to tell your wife you love her. Hey, babe. Love you.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has.
Well.
Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
What does that say? 5th annual subcommittee meeting of internal revenue analysis for committees of the Royal Revenue Discussions Club. Press M to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
Well,
But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
okay. Question is, how long do I have to wait to not do it? I can move around. How long do I gotta wait? I guess this is a test of patience. And when can I go in my bedroom? How long do I wait? The narrator said not to push a button. Okay, the suspense is killing me a little bit, and I kind of want to push it. How long do I wait? How long do I wait to not push the button? So I'm really curious with the clock because the game asked me what time it was when we started, and I put in 8:11 p.m. But that clock is 11:25. So clearly my input of the clock didn't affect the clock in game, at least right now. Screw it. Do I just press Z, y'all? Does anyone have an opinion or want to weigh in? I know this is my first time, so like, don't spoil things, but I'm like, do I just do it? Screw it. I'm pressing it. I'm gonna listen to the on-screen prompt.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I genuinely wonder. Press C to question nothing. But what if I want to question everything? I'm truly curious, like, would it have made a difference? Also, give me a second. I just need to fix something over here. There we go. Okay. I guess I'll press it.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, here we are. 11:20 on the clock. Oh, we got some music now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Was there music before?
Stanley
I should
decided to
pay
go to the
attention.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, we're gonna go this way
Stanley
one more
came
time.
to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Hi, Max
well.
Gamer.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
This is the Stanley parable. I've heard so many wonderful things about it, but I also have avoided like all spoilers for the game. Somehow it's been out for a long time. And so I'm very excited. First playthrough. Why this way again? Because there's one other door I didn't go
The lounge was
through.
Sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I didn't go through here yet. Although I could go to the apartment at where our wife was and go down the hall instead of going in. Which do we want? Do we want to go through here, or do we want to abandon the fake wife? Which do we want? What are we feeling? The door on the left, right here. Or go that way and abandon the fake wife. For all I know, abandoning the fake wife might not work. But door in front of? Okay. Cool.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section,
Next time, Becca.
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay, it's telling me it wants to go over there, but what's this? What's the big red button? I gotta do the things. Oh.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Okay, so we're not going left then. Or maybe we are. Okay, so we're going left.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Is this a survival game? No.
Let's see, we went down right.
I don't really know
left,
what I would call it, though.
down, Left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. You sure, Mr. Narrator? I don't like that this truck is on and running. The door hasn't closed behind me yet either. Whoa! Whoa!
No. This isn't right at
Whoa!
all. We're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just
Fired?
back to
What's that one over there?
Who am I kidding? It's all
Another
rubbish
fired
now.
employee.
The whole story completely
Pirate?
unusable. How
One of
about
them said
rather than waste my
pirate.
time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay. Okay, let's go abandon the wife really quick and then we'll do that again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Left, right, left,
Stanley
right.
decided to go to the meeting room.
Wow.
Perhaps he had simply
Is this
missed
the
a
Matrix?
memo.
It might be. It really might be the Matrix. Hired pirate. Becca has mentioned to me that she's seen the game.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh, boy.
Let's find the story.
Okay, we gotta abandon the wife first. Hold on. Oh. It's fully different no matter what I do. Okay. This feels like the back rooms a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh yeah, this is the back rooms now. Oh gosh. Okay. I just gotta pick a direction and go.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Wait. No. Shoot. All right, I tried. Is there anything different in here? I don't think so.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Wait, the number's off.
Could it mean?
No longer on this door.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the number? There was a number here before, but it's gone. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Wait, I wonder if 428 is a number that got fired. What if the numbers that are gone are the numbers that were fired? Oh, there's no doors. Oh, no.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Uh-huh. Yep, there's a door that's open now that wasn't open before. Or no, that's the door we came through. Never mind. Hold up. We're gonna try doors. Nope, nothing. They're not even making sounds now. That one is. Thanks for the lurk, Chantel.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Oh.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story.
Is this trippy?
Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're totally not trapped. Hold on, before we go through there. Okay, it's still at a dead end. So I don't know if it might change or something behind me as I went. Okay. Well, we're here. Oh. Is that door gonna close behind me though?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place
This
at all.
is a
Is this
murder
the
house if
story?
I ever saw one.
I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
I'm sorry?
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Aww.
Congratulations! I know you put in a
Thanks.
lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
We're gonna keep moving.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We
Okay,
both
there's
know
a
you
door.
didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what
Same.
might happen this time. I have to restart.
No. Okay. Okay, this is new.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed
During the story time when we were with the fake wife, when we were telling the kids a story, there was a thing about a yellow line.
the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Line TM. Okay, so, all right, chat. Do we follow the line or do we ignore the line? Also, that number's still missing. Is the number on our door still? Yeah. Do we follow the line, chat? Or do we avoid it? Follow? Okay. Oh. This is new. Solitaire. Can I play? I want to play solitaire.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Or
Here's
question
a
mark
thought.
8.
Wouldn't wherever we
Or
end up be our
B447.
destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a
Final
byproduct
Fantasy
of
X again?
one's subjective
Nice.
experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
Too many words.
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Oh, the line's a little
You know
squiggly
what?
here.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten
Yes.
the mood.
Oh. Wait. Door 12? It's loud music. Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on. We need to turn the music down. Whoa. A lot of question marks. What does your coffee mug say? Coffee nut. Whoa, big spiral. I don't like that the light is moving. Don't like that at all. Whoa. The door closed behind me. Monthly ledger. It's still really loud. Hold on. I just realized that the guy's singing in the back in the test music. Okay. Monthly ledgers, annual reviews, corporate imbalances, consolidation reports, departmental accounts. Whoa, there's so many more. Personnel files. Employee 432 peer reviews. Holy cow, employee 432. How many peer reviews do you need? Financial records, corporate, more of the same stuff. Okay, so we're over four. Oh, whoa. Whoa, trippy. Okay. Whoa! Whoa. So employee 432's reviews just are gone now. Okay. Budget analysis.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Oh.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Why?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
What about the fern is important? It is actively moving in the game. I guess that's something to note. Nothing else moves. Everything is static. Is there anything in the fern? Okay. Gonna remember it. I guess onward. Whoa.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
Oh.
Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Well, we're following the line. Whoa, we're back here.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted
the pirate's
you,
still there.
after everything we've been through,
Where's 438? 438's in the middle there.
Hell with it. Restart.
Okay. There's nothing special about 438. I was hoping there would be because of the reviews, but... Okay, let's go follow the line again.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Okay.
We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure. Oh wait, I just realized. 437 is out of place currently. Oh no, it's not, because there's all these numbers out here. So wait, where's 438? Is 438 down this hallway? I'm curious. I need to know about 438.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
Okay, we're in the back rooms.
Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
When y'all tell me when I should turn around. Oh, never mind.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Well, we're going to keep going forward, I think. Going backwards could have been fun, but I don't know that it really would have done anything. Jeez, the line is crazy. Bye, line. Ooh, a room with two doors again.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Is it?
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Hold on. I don't know why I did that again.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
So we're taking the left door,
Stanley,
right?
Our destiny awaits.
We're taking the left. Aww. But I want the left door. Okay. The confusing ending. Been playing the confusion ending for 18 minutes and 20-something seconds. Before I move further in here, let's read this. Deviate from maintenance room, end up in monitor room. Narrator restarts the game. First restart. Discover the 2 doors room now has many additional doors. Aimless wandering. Narrator restarts the game. Second restart. The office is now a dead end. Turn around. Find another dead end. End up in another building. Narrator restarts the game. Third restart. Adventure line. Nonsense, philosophy, and music. Return to the office. Return to the monitor room. Fourth restart. Adventure into unexplored territory. Find the line again. Find the confusion ending schedule. Narrator restarts the game. Fifth restart. Narrator forgets about previous restarts. Oh, so the narrator's going to fully forget. It's going to be like it was before. So we can abandon the wife now. Stanley attempts to play the story, but is prevented. Oh, aw. Unable to go anywhere, do anything. The game restarts on its own. Okay. Sixth restart. Find the line again. Begin following the line. Find an identical replica of the office that has begun to deteriorate. Attempt to make up a story here. Narrator restarts the game. Seventh restart. There is no longer an office, simply black space. Wander in the blackness. Find a bookstore. Get bored and leave. Narrator restarts the game. 8th restart. The narrator is gone after a long time. Stanley dies. Oh my gosh. Okay. Can I go back? No.
Oh, hold up. What's this?
Oh, both doors led here.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be.
The poor
I don't
narrator.
want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
Darkness Queen 31 just resubscribed. For 39 months. 39 months is insane and it can't be alive. It's been that long already, and the purple person not playing a DA game. I'm astounded, but I'm just here for the show. BC, you're awesome and I love being here always.
Darkness Queen, thank you so much for 39 months. Hi, Darkness Queen. How are you? I know it's weird to not be playing Dragon Age right now, but I'm excited to be playing the Stanley Parable. I'm having fun with it so far.
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh,
I'm
Stan.
not quite sure if we're in the
I'm going to call the
destination
narrator
or the
Stanley.
journey.
Something tells me that the
They're always saying
narrator is
life
Stanley.
is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Thanks for the
Well,
follow,
in the
Oaksley.
meantime, if you...
I hated that so much. Still payment good. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm glad I'm not thinking about work right now and I'm playing a fun video game instead. Hello, Oaksley. How are you? Welcome on in. Okay. Okay, the door number is back. Thank you for the hydrate, Darkness Queen. Yes, I am hydrating with Pepsi right now. Currently enjoying boba. Love that. Love that.
All of his co-workers were
I hate to break
gone.
it to you,
What
but
could it mean?
this is not
Stanley decided to go to
water.
the meeting room. Perhaps
Thanks,
he had
Darkness
simply
Queen.
missed a memo.
Let's go. Again, I've never been to the meeting room yet. And that's okay.
When Stanley came to a set
going
of
to the
two
right.
open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
Yeah.
admire it.
Yep.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
All right, let's go find the fake wife.
Stanley was so
And
bad at
abandon
following
her.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Nah.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I'm realizing there's a bridge
There's
across
someone
over
you've been
there.
neglecting, Stanley.
And there's the door there with the
Someone
bridge
you've
there.
forgotten about.
There's so many ways we
Please,
can come through
stop
this room
trying to
alone.
make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
For her?
Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Oh, I just realized I
She's
could
been
choose not to
waiting.
pick up the phone, too.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to
I guess
her.
we'll pick it up this
If you-
time because we did before, and I want to see what happens if we just don't walk into the wife's apartment. The wife.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry
I
to keep
can't
you
move
waiting.
yet.
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, hey, fake wife.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No. Okay, bye.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
No. Oh, I should have tried it the first time I was here. Well, hello.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named
We just gotta get through
Stanley.
this part now.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
The
Look
buttons
at
are
him there,
different.
pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told
The
to do.
buttons are different from the first time
Now
I was
he's
here.
pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
He does.
Fantastic discoveries of new lands.
Oh?
It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh. Well, let's watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his
no.
own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could
guess it's
go
all the
through
same.
either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was
The
a game
line.
with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Tell our kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Tell our wife we love her.
But there is no answer.
Bye, wife.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he
Wish
won't
there was a way to
listen me.
skip through this
He
since we've
won't
already
stop.
seen it.
Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
There's gotta be like a secret ending where you just sit here and wait and it eventually pops up, but I didn't feel like waiting earlier and I don't feel like waiting now.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Well, let's question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Dun dun dun. All right. Let's go.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Okay, we got new stuff now. I hate that that worked on me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, he didn't. We still have one more thing
This
over
was
here that
not
we
the
were gonna
correct way
that
to
we
the
need to
meeting
do.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to
We're
stop by the
exploring this
employee
branch
lounge
till
first,
we
just
like
to admire
beat it like a dead
Stanley
horse.
felt lightheaded,
Or it's-
butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
Yes,
left.
we will. We've already gone
And so
down
he detoured through
there.
the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Very fascinated by this game. Yeah. Okay, we follow directions. What's over here though? So we were not given instructions on which way to go. Okay. That's fine. Oh, so we came out of this door. Okay. Is this the meeting room? Did we finally make it to the meeting room? We did.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Response. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Meeting room, floor 4XX. Group, cabal, planning, meeting schedule. Monday, 9 a.m., weekly targets admin. Monday at 10 a.m., marketing Mondays. At 12 is 451's private time. At 1 is question mark, exclamation mark. At 2 is group 40X. At 3 is group 45X. At 4, this box is too small. On Tuesdays, we have termination Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Office efficiency, is that what that says? At 11. Tuesdays at 12 is legal. Tuesdays at 1 is question mark. Tuesdays at 2 is group 41X. Group 46X at 3. Nothing at 4. Wednesdays, 9 a.m. IT department. Wednesdays at 10, we're broke Wednesdays. At 11, financial panic meeting. At 12 is boss's inspection. At 2 is group 42X, then 47X at 3. 8 bird. What is 8 bird? What is 8 bird? Thursdays at 10 is mergers. Something was scribbled out though. At 12 on Thursdays, ideas and development. At 2 is group 43X and group 48X at 3. Pre-review of weekend review at 4. Friday, weekly review at 9. 10 is pranking floor 5 meeting. Friday at 12, what to do about 432. What's going on with 432? At 1, and then I think in parentheses still about 12. Don't tell 432 about meeting. At 2, group 44X. 3, group 49X. And at 4 on Fridays is the office party. What's over here? Targets. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. This is all ongoing. Standardized graphs 40x wide, not cost efficient. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Synergize papers. Oh, that's all changing. We have to go look at that in a minute. Hire someone to synergize papers. Great. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of something wiped out. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Something about employee 417, 491, 431, 405, 416, and Jim. Who is Jim? Who is Jim? And what do we have on the table? Wait, what is RSOF2, RSOO1? Okay, so just a bunch of code things. The Synergizing Core Global Something Value Paradigms of 2012, 2013, I'm guessing it says. TPS report. A lot of stuff there. B1 quarterly post review. We need more/less reviews. So they need less reviews, apparently. 402 and 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule. What? Death sport? Also, welcome back from the ads, everyone. I did not realize ads were playing. I'm so sorry. But I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in the teenage demographic. Big net, some sort of child trap? Oh my God. Teenagers, size of demographic. Space between the teenagers, a lot of percent. Or something in the ideas bin. 1, no more bins, trash cans. 2, renaming of ideas. Can't read that. 3, firing of me. 4, scribbled, ideas bin. Okay. Oh, what's this? What do people want? Things. Happy feelings. Violet James, you are fired. Wait, so we have a Jim and we have a Violet James. Who is Violet James? Money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs? Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. The stock market is somewhere here. Colored in segment stripes requires more secondary research. What is hot? Target demographic teenagers. Line graph, a phone directory, lots of profits. The boss appreciation minute. Your boss appreciation minute. Solving interpersonal conflict. You ever find yourself in conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, more inclined to conflict? Remember, it takes 2 people to start a fight, and right now you're both of them. What are your dreams for the future? Nature, talk radio, mitosis, transcend, charts, plant life, football, metamorphosis, spring break, less air, huh? Comatose? Tips for not getting fired. Talk less, do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day with no expectation of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. That's unfortunately true. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Let it ball up inside of you, and so on and so forth. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Thanks. Number of slides on this slide. Charts. Charts and slides. Slides. Rate it which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Oh my God. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Oh my gosh. Please no more charts. Please, I'm begging. Stop. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. I hate how actually accurate some of this is to real corporate life. I hate it. Okay. To do, synergize core value expenditures, shift global market parade, monetize free to play. Help, I'm a post-it. Quarterly pie chart profits. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're done in the meeting room. The broom closet. We found the broom closet. Am I gonna get stuck in here? I'm gonna get stuck in here, aren't I?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, there's got to be something I can interact with in here. No? Darn.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Okay, narrator. Let me dilly-dally a little bit.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Give me something to interact with.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely
trying
confused.
to give you an explanation, Mr. Narrator.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Well, here we are, narrator. What are you going to do about it?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh my gosh. All right, we got to stay in here a little longer.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money.
Oh my
Also,
God.
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
This game is amazing.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Yep.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central
I'm
nervous
so
system
glad I stayed in
and
here.
you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They
I'm
have
very
fallen
much
prey
alive.
to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
So the narrator doesn't care
All
about
right.
me. They
When
only
you've
care
done
about
that,
having
just
someone to
step
play
out
the
into
game.
hallway.
Let's see how long we can stay. Come on, narrator. You know you want to say something else. That might have been the last of it. But we're going to hold out for just another moment longer. All right, let's go.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Well, we'll find out.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, we're walking downstairs first. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, so we can still go up if we need to.
But Stanley
Nope.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yeah.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
No.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
We're
Then he
flying!
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was
Also,
he remaining so
1-2-B4.
lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams,
So it's fully
the truth
repeating.
was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the
Wake
voice
up,
speak these
sheeple.
words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too, surely.
My fucking god. These bitches gay.
Good,
Good for them. Good for them.
Hi, Ethan.
If he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Well, that didn't work. Oh, it did.
Stanley began screaming.
No, it
Please, someone wake
No,
me
it
up.
didn't.
My
There
name
you
is
go.
Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Huh?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed,
We're no longer
gathered
Stanley.
her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted
Oh, no,
by
we
the
are
body
still
of a
Stanley.
man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting
do know,
to think
lesbian.
this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
My dad's a scumbag. That's the most funny thing he's ever said. Oh. All right, let's go, people. Let's go. Some guy was talking about a coworker of his, and she happened to be a lesbian, and my dad goes, "Oh, I'm so curious."
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers.
That just means
he
she
never
likes
functioned
him.
well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance
Am I
from
not
others.
wrong?
So the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
All right, so this time
When
we're
Stanley
finally
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
going through the door on the left. Finally. It's our first time going through the door on the left. Hey,
Yet there
meeting
was not a
room.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
We'll skip the broom closet this time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We're working on it. Whoa, fancy. Executive bathroom. Whoa. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse. Extreme bathrooms. Executive shitting department. Congrats on the 5-stream streak. Okay, the bathroom closed. That door closed. The beige pages. 2 phones. Business time. Are hostile takeovers the new biannual percentage? Hold on, what's this door? What? Huh? Indoors monthly. Time. Graphs. Business strategy? Oh my god. All right, we're gonna not go through the elevator yet.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
There's
life.
a camera up there, though.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
I can't play the piano.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Got it.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Well, it's a crime that the piano's not playable. 2845. Chianti.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Yep.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Totally
Stanley
random.
happened to input the correct
Whoa.
code
Whoa.
by sheer luck.
Whoa. Got real
amusing.
dark in here.
He
Whoa!
stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Hello. Oh, that's sketchy looking. Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Whoa! Whoa! Okay, so we could go back up if we wanted to. Do I go back up? Maybe I'm gonna lay in my bed while I listen and watch because I want to play a game, but can't be. Because this game has me hooked. Oh, do I go back up or do I keep going forward? I'm so curious what happens if I go back up. Ah, TikTok. What's going on? Hold on. Why are you saying I'm disconnected? I'm not. There's nothing inactive on TikTok. Okay. Y'all, do I go back up? You know what? No, we're going to keep going forward. We can try this again and go back up. Actually, no. No, we are going to go back up first because maybe it's just like a... Let's just see what happens.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up.
I'm sure we can come back
Silly.
down.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's
Or
office?
it won't
Well,
just lead
that's a
back
great
to
question.
Stanley's
I just
boss's
can't wait
office.
to find out.
Okay, so it does go back. Here's what I want to know, though.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator.
Uh-huh.
It's still just exactly what it is.
Is it?
What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
Wait, what happens if
I'm
I...
bolted to the edge of my seat.
Had to try a couple funny ones. Okay. I had to.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Who knows?
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Surely. Of course. Okay. This feels like I need to remember this. Yellow square with diagonal stripes. More yellow.
Stanley walked
Yellow.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
I'm
Facility.
sorry. Okay, chat. Do we go through the mind control facility or do we escape? We're going to do both at some point, but which should I do first? Mind control or escape? What are we? We're feeling mind control? Okay. There is an exit from the mind control platform across there. Okay. Ooh. What is on that sheet? A bunch of numbers.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
And that's where we were before,
What
way up there.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I haven't left my desk, so I can't get up. Oh. Okay, there's that button. We'll get there in a second. So invested. I mean, same. Employee observation protocol. I can't read all of that, but in case of class 4 event, close system gates and consult with supervisor. In the case of a class 3 event, close system gates and consult with supervisor. Prime your consoles for info dump. There's a lot on there that I can't read, but that's okay. More numbers. Urgent. Employees should never, under any circumstances, something. The paper's ripped. Oh, there's the observation protocol again. Okay, here we go. If, despite adherence to Protocol 2A and Protocol 2B, an employee leaves the office during work hours and a system loop has failed, you must terminate. Okay, that's probably what's happening to us. Hold on. TikTok fully crashed. Due to inactivity? That makes no sense. Let's, I guess, go live again. Hold on, y'all. That was very weird. Okay. Please note that employee 432 is a test case, while the need for protocol 2A may seem unlikely. Procedure 2A to 2C need not apply. In the event of 432 attempting to leave the office, contact supervisor and then contact 432 prize pool. Wasn't 432 terminated? Maybe? I don't remember. If a monitoring screen fails to initialize, contact maintenance and temporarily switch control over to desk screen. In the case, okay, and then we've seen the class 4 and class 3 event thing. Okay. This turns the cameras on.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number
601
of
was
an employee
fired.
in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Where are we? We're 428, right? Or no, 427. Our room is empty. There's one up there that says pirate. But it's not a number. That one is outside of the numbers. But wait, that room looks just like ours. Hold on, let's look at our room again. 427. Yeah, the pirate room is identical to our room. What else can we find? There's a blank one up there. There's another blank one there. Oh, what's this one? 528. Just a lot of red text that I can't read from here. There's one up there that has a bunch of blue garbled mess on the screen. But it's normal when it switches. Oh, there's one that looks like a graph over there too. Wait, do we see gym anywhere instead of a number? Is there a gym anywhere? I don't see a gym. Hi, Hannah. Yes. Sorry, I came in early, but I was out. Just had to say pizza in chat. This is crazy. Okay, let's keep going. What is that? Are you enjoying this? I'm having so much fun. What I really want to know, though, is where the heck is Jim on this board? Because Jim had a name and not a number. I don't know if we're going to find Jim because it's too many screens to look at, but you'd think Jim would pop out of this somehow. Anyways.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Where's this taking us?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh boy.
But here was the
Whoa!
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Well. So mind control status offline. Nothing to do here. Offline. Offline. What's the 3? I don't know what that did. Offline. Also, wait, what's down here? Just a little space to walk through? Oh, there's a 1 and a 2. Console disabled. Okay, before we do that, there's a 1 and a 2. We saw the 3 already. Are there any other number buttons? I think having watched only German play this, I'm realizing how little this game I've seen. I have genuinely no idea how big this game is. Like, I don't know how much content there is. Okay, there's a 5. Where's the number 4? Also, can I go through this door? No, this is the door we came down. What's up here? Is the 4 up there? Yes. Okay. So 1, 2. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. 3. We can't get up yet, so I don't think... No, I can't go up to hit button number 4, so I guess we can't do that yet. Okay, that's fine. Just hit the 5 for fun. Okay. My control idle awaiting input. Let's look at this console really quick, though. Oh, it just says disabled. Okay, so I guess we have to go to the power facility then. Or facility power. Not power facility. Facility power. We'll turn the power on then. Go back in there, I'm guessing?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I mean, we're gonna turn it on, right? Oh, there's an ad, though, that just started, so we're gonna wait. Electric shock risk. All right, we're going to wait a second, and I'm going to get some wine. Now that I've finished my Pepsi. Be right back, y'all. All right, got my wine. Got about 20 seconds left on the Twitch ads. TikTok, I hope you all are doing well over there too. Okay. So, the game is telling me to turn the power off. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. I think I want to turn the power back on because I'm so curious what's going to happen in the room behind us if we press all the number buttons.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Oh, God.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's
Just got an ad for a plane toy that rolls back and runs on the ground. Oh, my gosh.
only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story
of the mind
off track,
control?
you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
I don't
In the
think
event
so.
that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
I doubt that.
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
Okay.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me,
freeze over here.
where we're going.
Oh, wait,
What all
that
this
says
means. I barely know where to
2.
start.
Does that mean I'm
What's
hitting it
that?
in the right order, or I'm
You'd like
supposed
to
to
know
hit
where
2
your
next?
co-workers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
No, that says
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway.
2
I'll tell
on
you
the
exactly
screens.
what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then
5.
dying alone. Other times,
Oh,
I
there's
let
a
the
timer
office sink
running.
into the
Ah!
ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some
I don't
extra
understand the
time
buttons.
on the clock.
Oh,
Why
thanks.
not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you say that, Stanley? That this video
Wait, I can go
game
up.
can be big.
I can go up now.
One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
The 4 didn't do anything.
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you.
Another minute
that
added on the
timer isn't a
clock.
catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No end here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke.
Well,
And
we're just
believe
gonna let
me,
it happen.
I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Cool. I love how this game is just doing nothing. Institution will still progress the game. Yes. Stanley has a para. What? Hi, Zokaman. Thank you for the hydrate. Triggered the blow up ending first try. Amazing. Not my first death. I don't think. Like because I had the ending where like you go to you find the wife, the fake wife, and you're pressing the keys because it tells you to, and then it tells you to die.
Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
I also found the confusion ending, which was really fun. Trying to think through like what I've done so far and what I need to do differently.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I know what I can do
he
next.
entered the door on his left.
Yep. Let's go to the meeting room. I think I've only seen a few endings.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hey, boss's office. Okay, so rather than going into our boss, we're going to go to this elevator. We've not done this elevator yet. Oh, is there a difference between going up versus down? There. Okay, chat, up or down? Up or down? I don't know. We've not done this yet. Up or down? Down? Okay. Down it is. We got down first in chat. Slow, a 95 stream streak. Oh, we could decide when we got in here. Here we go. Going down. Sideways. Ooh. Hearing the narrator sing along to all the songs is so good. Yes. What did he say? Should have taken the Wonka Vader instead. long do we wait? It's the real question. So how about that weather? This is giving me singing along to Shrimp Time, but like the early versions. What if I press down again? We didn't move! Okay, y'all, I guess we're going up. Let's go up. The song said step forward. Step forward to where? Those papers are glowing. The elevator doesn't work. It probably doesn't. It does not. Okay. So here's where we need to figure out what to do different.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud.
Shoot.
To nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Do you know what? Okay. Ooh. Love this.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Thanks, narrator. Let's go. Okay, so I remember what we need to do. We need the escape version. We did the mind control room. We could do the mind control room again and try to figure it out, but I kind of want to try escaping.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, we're going to escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Cool, 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 cool. Love that.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I'm gonna guess this hallway is now never ending. At least if I were to turn around. It looks like it's just repeating.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. Oh. Geronimo! Oh, we're still going. Okay.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the
Hi,
big
Hype
picture.
Mangoes.
He
How
doesn't
are
know the
you?
real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Well, Goodbye, cruel world.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I like this narrator more. Bye, Mango. Appreciate you being here. Oh, which way? Well, I have to go the other way, so we're going to look at the boxes first. Oh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
The narrator has a narrator. Yeah. Ah, shoot. Hold on. Why is my capture card doing this? There we go.
When every
Whoa!
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Nature paintings. The office. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered through the development through the core layout, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. So there's our office. There's the two rooms, the corridor. This pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. Elizabeth, when narrators women, I like this one more. Of course you do. Of course. The two doors. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Filing cabinets. Office computers. Installing. What is it installing? Program files, Chart Pro. We've got Solitaire, of course. Employee database. Loading. Employee database loaded. Please enter your command. Print employee status. Printing total employee in database 604. Total employee in office 2. Hold up. Hold up. There's one other person in the office aside from us. Please enter your command. Print list employee in office. 427 is offline. Employee 1 is also in the office. Or is that... No, there's no number there. Who's the other employee? Who is it? Who is it? I love how you're reading everything in exact detail. Of course. Just a display of a desk. The office. Button sounds. Oh, a selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Hate that one. I like that. Yeah. Don't like that one. You're thinking too deep about it. That database isn't real along with the office. Listen, 427 is our employee number, though. That's why I'm like, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. Okay, we got our credits. Developed by Crows. Kevin Breding as the narrator did a fantastic job. Music. Music is great. Sound design, additional music. Kevin MacLeod. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I know who that is. You know, the assets of the death you just lived. It's an illusion. Model design. Okay. What's over here? think that might have just dropped the hardest quote of all time there. The office. The maintenance room. We've been there. An early version of the maintenance room. Okay, before we go up, let's go to the other side. This is so cool. This is genuinely so cool. The office clock. The boss's room. Screams from the development of the boss's room. Oh, there's so much. Mind control facility, an early version of the underground portion of the game. More of the lounge.
The orange lever. Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you? Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design, textbook mistake. Now then, it's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design.
This is hysterical.
But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. He traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility.
It's so great.
Injustice forever.
Okay, let's go back into the next area. This is so good. I love this. Freedom ending. Oh, we've not gotten this yet. It's the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. The countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Whoa. That's cool. More of the freedom ending as it existed in the beta. The monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down and placed two endings together instead. Okay. Countdown room, an early version of the countdown room. That looks super cool. Oh, we haven't been in there yet. We'll go in there in a second. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of an audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. I love it. Wow, there's so much to look at. There's our office. Our office again. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. Okay, so this is the original design. First was created in November 2011. Second, March 2012. Third, in February 2013. There's not a huge difference between these two, just more assets in this one. Neb, hello! I'm lurking, but I'm very curious to hear your thoughts about this game once you finished it. Thank you. Will you play Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition? That's what I'm playing right now. Oh, Stanley Parable 2. I probably will at some point. I didn't know there was a second one. Okay, let's go down here. Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Oh, yeah. I do know that there's a difference. Like, there are differences between the original versus Ultra Deluxe. Will the game feature capybaras? How do you stay in shape? Amazing. Will playing the Stanley... Are you gay? You'll get it later? Okay. The lounge, an early version of the lounge. Okay, wait. Let me make sure I'm not missing. Okay, we've been down there. What's all of this? Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Whoa. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. We went in there. More of The Office. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. I was wondering if it would do anything if I didn't pick the phone up. So I guess not. The cargo lift. Second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo is actually stored. Oh, smart. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death, which I did do that. Is there another thing I can do with that? Oh, because there is the bridge below. Oh, okay, I think I need to try that. Meeting room. The maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Interesting. Okay, I've not seen this room yet. Game is now escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. That's fair. Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Oh. The Zending model went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it shortly before launch. I actually feel like Patrick Starry now. I just remembered I bought snacks for when I got home, and it's 3 a.m. Go eat your snacks. Zending levers. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever, and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, which meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is repairing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Hello? I wish it had sound. That's super cool. Okay, we gotta make our way back now to the exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Is the narrator the other employee?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it.
Do I do
Don't
it?
let time choose.
Do I do it, y'all? Do I hit quit? She told me to hit escape and quit. Nothing happened. Okay.
This is the story.
We'll skip. Okay. Well,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think I know.
Oh, new
I was going to do something
content?
else, but
What does that mean, new content?
let's go this way, I guess. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh! Michaela! Ba-da-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hello, Michaela. How are you, friend? Let me put some music on for us really quick. How are you? Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? What did you end up crocheting? I don't think I heard what you were crocheting in your stream earlier. Aren't you glad we're here? Love it. Hello, MB Babe Marl Karks. How are you? Y'all go follow Michaela. She's one of my friends IRL. We're in gay choir together, and it's so much fun. Go give her a follow. Make another star bag. Ooh, I love that. Gay choir. How was it being back to streaming? Forgot I wasn't. All good. Hello. How's everyone doing? For the raiders who don't know me, my name's Musical Finesse or Moofin or Elizabeth or Beth. Whatever you want to pick is cool. Just don't call me Liz or Lizzie. I am a certified purple person. This is my merch that's coming out on Saturday. Very excited. Yeah, I love music. I love video games. Dragon Age specifically. All of my decor basically is Dragon Age behind me. But we're playing Stanley Parable for the first time right now, and it's super fun. So Michaela and Michaela's viewers, if you guys gotta read and run or lurk or go do post-stream self-care, please do. But feel free to stick around too.
Pinocchio, you need to
Hi,
listen
Backseat
to me.
Gamers.
I don't even like you.
Hello, friends. It was nice. Mostly just listening to Cowboy Bebop and vibed and crocheted. I love that. I'm so glad that you decided to stream because I know you were avoiding it for a bit. I'm glad you decided to stream again. All right, now I'm gonna have to guess if it's Matt or Ian behind the Backseat Gamers right now. We're gonna jump back into the Stanley Parable, y'all, but thank you so much for the raid, Michaela. Thank you so much. Life got dumb and super crazy. It really did. You were having a rough go of it there for a bit, so totally understand. Yeah, Michaela's streaming again. She was live earlier this evening. Oh yep, I'll be tuned in soon. Love that.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, hello.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in
Bye.
2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded
Yes.
upon in
Hey,
2022
Ian.
with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Thanks, narrator. I am too, I think. Pinocchio, maybe where Pinocchio is gay. Which one?
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yeah.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh.
Sadly, must go because first-person games make me kind of ill. Totally understand. Have a good stream. Thank you, Michaela. I appreciate you. Thank you for the raid again. Oh, Marie also says, Father, when can I go out on my own?
There we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I'm so curious.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
What?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, we can finally use spacebar to jump. Oh my god. Final jump. And then if you try to jump, it doesn't let you. Oh my god. Fantastic new content. It's exactly what I want out of New Game Plus.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Real quick, have you seen the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movies? I saw one of them when I was in high school, and I remember very little of it. Ooh, back to the elevator. The lengths that gameplay has advanced. For real.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
I mean,
if this
yes.
is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
Oh,
Very
yay.
good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
There's one scene where one guy says, "Where are you going, Stanley?" in a very posh British accent, and this voice actor reminds me of that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's inspired. Not gonna agree with Fox with Animal Crossing. True. True. Whoa. Okay. New.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid.
The door
It
closed.
could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Yeah.
What do you say, friend?
I'm down. Okay. There's so much we have not done yet. Oh. This is very new. This is very new. That's where we used to be. Why aren't we there?
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Narrator, I don't know. Hold up. We could just go back to the normal stuff. You know what? Screw it. This narrator's a slut. Yeah. Wee! Okay.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? But it got
Earnestly
me thinking about the past,
non-derogatorily
and how much
true.
better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Welcome back from
So
the ads,
I
everyone.
made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Aw,
Just
how
our
sweet.
little secret.
Cute.
Take a look.
Cute. Where are you taking me, narrator? Oh. Whoa! This feels like something I would see in Dragon Age. My brain is so Dragon Age coded at this point. An Alluvian! Exactly! Same brain. God, is that you?
I call it the Memory Zone.
Oh,
it's
cute.
where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Is the slutty narrator actually God? Possibly. Oh, there's a phone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable
Aw.
was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the weight.
The Steam page. Oh, I love this stuff. Time, Indoors Monthly, Shapes, Graphs, National Geographic, Car Go, Operator's Manual. When Jerma played it, the devs put on the website a screenshot of his stream and put, right now a man named Jerma is exploring the exhibit. He's reading this right now. Oh my god. The Stanley Parable, Collector's Edition. Audience Award, The Stanley Parable, 2014 Independent Games Festival. Cute. British Academy of Film and Television Arts awarded to The Stanley Parable, The Last of Us. Good times. 2013. Our First Kiss, My First Car, the release of Stanley Parable in 2013. All the postcards. Cute. More Steam stuff. Their website. In loving memory. Smile because it happened. A trip down memory lane. The $1 bill. I fear the Legend of Zelda series provided proof that 2013 was not a year of video game integrity. True. It's 3:33 a.m. Make a wish. I don't even know what to wish for. It's when Skyward Sword came out, which is not a bad game, but is regarded as not the best Zelda game. Surrounded by Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Yeah. The demo. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Is that actually an achievement? Aw, all their awards. Video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. The death ending. I did get that one. This is such a cute little secret. The music! Skyward Sword is a good game. People were just fed up with the same format. Some Breath of the Wild came out. People loved it. True. There's the piano. What's this over here? In loving memory, little Stanley. Oh, that's so cute. Fantastic Arcade, Indiecade, IGF. Oh, I'm
and
stuck.
over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Aww.
Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now...
I know, the accent
nothing.
change is crazy.
It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Oh, we have a choice here. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a hater. It had a great story and great vibes, but the controls were not it. It was surrounded by such bangers. True. Portal! Wait, is there a portal moment in this game that I haven't found yet? There's so much I haven't found. All right. Oh, I can't go down there yet. Dang it. Person of the year. Whoa. This feels a little spoilery to me because there's a lot that I have not seen in the game yet. But that's okay. None of it's going to really make sense. The greatest wealth is memory. A red door and a blue door? Will I find red door and blue door again at some point? Have you and Mike ever played the Portal 2 co-op? Yes, we have. The order you play this game is unique to you. That's what I figured.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It
I don't
didn't
think a 9 out of
need
10
new
is technically
content.
perfect, Mr.
It
Narrator.
just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
The serious room. Well, I can't go in there. Guess we can go down
These
now.
were simpler times, Stanley.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on.
He's silly for that
I don't
room.
recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh. Oh gosh.
Oh no.
Steam
Oh, God, no.
reviews.
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't
Oh, I
they?
love this. I love this so much.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley
there's
Parable,
a positive
but
one.
the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
This is truly hysterical. Unfunny. Another positive review.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought
this
of the
game
game's
is my
dialogue
humor
as
too.
being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
No,
Like I let these
you're not a
people down.
failure, narrator.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it
Are we
couldn't
getting a
hurt.
skip button?
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive
What's
reviews
happening?
Of the Stanley Parable.
Whoa.
That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Whoa. Before I hit that button. Oh, I was hoping maybe there was something secret back here. I don't think I've gotten a single achievement yet.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No.
the
The
question
Stanley
is,
Parable is a game for
is
the
there an
people.
achievement
And if the people
if I
want
don't
silence,
skip?
then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is. So on and so forth.
we're listening
until
to this.
inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards. The deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years until just yesterday. Here and
so
there,
curious
forward
how
and back,
long this
and
actually
never
goes
a moment
on.
before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say,
the story and the choices, or what have you, and
Oh,
therefore
it's a
by
loop.
becoming it is. So
It's
on
a
and so
loop.
forth, until inevitably we all until the end of
Yeah,
time.
true,
At which
Hannah.
time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah.
Okay,
blah,
so it's a
blah,
loop.
blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just
So while
yet.
there may
No,
be an
no,
achievement for
until
not hitting the skip button,
245.
I think we're gonna
Got
hit the skip
logic of
button.
elimination working backwards.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue
Oh,
full
TikTok.
of unnecessary verbal
TikTok Live is being
flourishes
silly
and lengthy
again.
ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations.
Oh, they're trying to make
Not
me
that, of
skip
course,
again.
You need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and
They're
more of a
totally trying to make me skip again.
Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition.
I
and
hate the
history.
word
Ambitious
mouthfeel.
history, if you will.
I
See, now
hate
you've got
the
me going
word
back to manifesto.
mouthfeel.
Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession
He's not
until I
looped
become
this
sick
yet,
of
so
one
we're gonna
or
keep
the
listening.
other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go.
Let's go, narrator.
Treatise, manifesto.
No,
Treatise,
mouthfeel has a
manifesto.
bad mouthfeel.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
Treatise, manifesto.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
I'm trying to determine
Treatise,
by listening if
manifesto.
it is a loop or if it's
Treatise,
just him saying
manifesto.
it really similarly
Treatise,
each time.
Manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise,
It's
manifesto.
really hard to tell.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise,
Eh.
manifesto. Well, there's sport.
The time
You
for
really
achievements
did catch
comes
me
later.
Rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over.
it's loop,
oh,
yeah.
I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
Something
I guess
happened
I
in
should
this
become
room. I
better
heard
educated
something.
on exactly how
No,
Steam
I thought
works.
maybe a door opened or something
Perhaps
somewhere.
that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because
course.
of this very situation.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
Where'd our captions go? Okay. I think they expected me to hit the skip button and I didn't.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means.
Hold on, y'all. My TikTok live is like not working at all. This doesn't make sense. It's acting like I just am not active, but stuff is happening on TikTok. I don't understand. I guess I'm just not going to bother finishing my live on TikTok. I don't need to. We're going to close TikTok. Okay.
But it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Oh!
I do feel quite certain that there was
There
one
was
here
a door
before.
here before.
How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place?
There is no door in here now.
I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that.
no.
Do you see a window anywhere?
No.
A porthole?
No.
A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall?
Yeah, let's try it.
Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me
I'm
here.
trying, narrator.
We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise.
Thanks, narrator.
You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here. Wait here for me.
We will press the skip button
Don't
because it
press the
probably
skip button.
is like an ungodly amount of time you
Yes,
have to wait.
Good. I'll be right back.
We're pressing it.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my
Well,
God,
you
there's
didn't
no
get
way
me
out
a
of the
door,
room.
narrator.
Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything
my problem.
in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me
That's a
to
you
fix
problem,
the problem?
narrator.
Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are.
Me neither.
Why would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating
Here
on
I am,
every tiny
once
negative
again.
thing that anyone ever says
Sorry.
about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone. That I had the power to prevent
Oh,
it
I'm
all
sorry,
from happening
narrator.
if
It's
only
gonna
I
happen.
held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here. And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, 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 I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine.
It
Yes,
looped.
Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my goodness, I have someone to talk to again. Stanley,
How long has it been, narrator? A week?
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Yeah.
Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then
I don't know, Hannah. I should fix that.
Real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it, to think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
I'm going to give it a second because he might start talking again. All right, here we go.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time.
Oh, the plant is
I
dead.
stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year?
A year.
Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment, and I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
Dang. Narrator? Hey, narrator. Oh, the button ejected. Narrator, you here? Buddy? I thought an achievement was popping up, but it was just someone else on Steam. Fire alarm. The clock doesn't work anymore. Come on. Oh, I can't stand that.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, We require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which
Oh
these
my gosh.
perversions hurl themselves.
Hannah.
I'm
Not
the
just
very point for reasonable
resubscribed for 10
and
months.
connected discourse. They're
10
the
months?
ones who
Oh
are
my
mad.
gosh, thank you
They're
so
the ones who couldn't
much.
stand the idea of me using my
you.
game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad
This
state
poor
of affairs.
narrator.
When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me.
Very true.
Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower
This
are
voice
so
actor
ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this
everything
state
into
that they
this.
sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amused them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough.
Okay.
They had to leave
It
a
repeated.
pathetic little thumb.
I hear water dripping. Oh, the button moved so slow. Oh, the button's making a buzzing sound now. The button is deteriorating.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
The loading
is never
screen.
the end, is never 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 the end,
the
is never
button's
the
back.
end, is never the end, is never the end.
Oh, it's really dripping now. Okay, the button's back. Oh. Hey, narrator. Where are you? The ladder's still back there, but it's on the ground now. Oh. Narrator. Narrator? Hello? This is actually kind of scary. Yeah. Oh. Where's the narrator? Where did he go? Where'd the narrator go? Oh. Oh no. Is the button... Oh, I was like, is the button not gonna pop out? Oh no. We had a moment of peace. Just a heads up, we have an ad starting in just a moment, y'all. What is out there? Oh. Oh. Whoa. The room is no longer level. The button can no longer be pressed. We're free! And it's a wasteland. Where do I go? The button's dead. So, we have no purpose anymore. Yeah, I guess we just... I was about to say we start walking, but we're good. Are we going to load back into Stanley's office? We're back in the building!
Already this was uncomfortable, and
Yep.
Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Yep. There's that new... No, there's something else I want to try. Hold on, before we do the new content, there's something else I want to do.
When Stanley came to a set of
There's
two
something
open
else I
doors,
wanna
this was
do.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following
Welcome back from the ads,
directions, it's
everyone.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, we are going to attempt to jump onto this walkway here in the middle, okay? That's the goal.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Okay, here we
There's
go.
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
What? Really?
I'm in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Okay,
Give
okay.
me a chance.
Oh, you're not going to say anything else? Danger everywhere. Do not stand on this side of the fence. Well, too late for that. No buckets past this point. The
Now
red and
listen
blue
carefully,
door.
this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Did he though? Did he though? Did Stanley actually walk through the red door? Also, I'm feeling fantastic. Fucking fantastic. Anyways. If you know,
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red
if you know, you
door.
know. Cindy! We're doing it again.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
There's the blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Ooh. Ooh, what do we have?
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map. Because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed
this.
developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story?
You basically got
I'd
it right,
written out
Hannah.
specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Lesbians is the
Tell you
answer.
what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Sure.
There we go.
Oh.
A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a
Women.
spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yeah.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
Mm-hmm.
You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Did you know that 21.3% of players skipped the intro sequence? Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. Scotland. Oh my gosh. The 98.9% of players are more attractive than Stanley. A dead rat. This is your superior.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Cool.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it,
Sure.
would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left.
We found the
towards
baby
danger.
game.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Nope. Nope.
You heartless bastard.
That was
Did you do
horrible.
it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me.
Same.
I'm not even going to try. I'm out.
37
I'm
most
out.
common
I'm done.
number chosen people
It's
out of
over.
100 if you remove
Thank you for
169.
playing. Your
Makes
input
sense.
was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Sure.
Let's see. What do we have here?
Oh my gosh, we're gonna play Portal now. There was that picture of Portal.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
I'm fully expecting Portal.
Aha!
Oh!
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory?
Firewatch.
What is our motivation?
Right? It's Firewatch.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
This is so great. The Spider-Man S's. All right, let's go outside. Is the Minecraft door noise? Yeah. Gonna walk the wrong way first. Always go the wrong way first.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
We're just gonna follow the path that gives me.
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Let's go the wrong way unless you don't know which way is the wrong way. In this case, you just right path on accident. Yeah. Or left hand do the hands thing. Whoa.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in.
Yeah.
There's any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this
Definitely
is
no
game
way.
design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Yeah, no way to get lost in Rocket League unless...
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's
I've
a
never
ball of
played
some
it.
kind back here. Is this game
Actually, that's not true. I did play it
sports ball?
once.
Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
Sports
We shall
ball.
run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Ah, it's massive. Rocket League scares me. Yeah.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley,
I
I have
won.
a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out.
Obviously.
Here comes another ball. Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
So many. My
Are you enjoying
balls.
this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a
So much
real
fun.
video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
Okay.
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end.
Sure.
This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose.
Totally
and since you
understandable.
decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley.
Oh.
I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much, but who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something.
I don't
After
doubt.
all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Bye, narrator.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Whoa!
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that.
Now we're in Portal, aren't we? It's really hard to see in here, though. Yep, there we go. Falling some more. Oh. What is this? What is this one? So we're not in Portal yet. Is this like... Whoa! This is my office. That's 427. That's my office.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh,
All because I went through the blue
I'll be
door.
back. There's no other way. Once this ends,
Still haven't gone through
after
the red
it all
door.
comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I think it's time for the red door. Would y'all agree? There's still a lot of endings I've not gotten.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were.
Obviously.
Just a matter of time.
Yeah. Yep, we're gonna wait on the new content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. What a room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story
I'm just so
has been
invested
about
right now.
nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you.
Wait,
to show you something
on your end.
beautiful.
Jeez.
Look, let me
It's
prove
like,
it.
I don't think
Let
I've
me
ever
prove
streamed
that
past
I'm
5
on
a.m.
your
before.
side. Give me a chance.
You had me second guessing
Now
for a
listen
second.
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yep, we're going through the red door this time.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh, thanks. Okay, we're in a dark room with nothing. Whoa.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
I'm happy for you, narrator, but we are not staying here.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Oh. Shrimp time. It's shrimpin' time. Shrimp time. Shrimp time. It's shrimpin' time. Shrimp time. Shrimp time. Oh, look here, I am a shrimp. Oh, look here, I am a shrimp. Oh, look, I have a shrimp on my head. I have a shrimp on my head. Oh, look, I am a shrimp. I am a shrimp. I am. Oh, look, it's shrimpin' time. It's shrimpin' time. It's shrimp time. Thanks for the shrimpin' time, Artemis. Would you believe that's the only shrimpin' time we've had this whole stream? Whoa, all the colors exploding. It's crazy. So pretty. Okay. Anyways. Oh. Little drawing.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Say no more. They look like shrimps. How would I hurt myself and die on these stairs, narrator? Please tell me.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh, I see.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Whee!
No! Oh, thank God. You lived.
We're good.
You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
No. No,
My
I
God.
can't, narrator.
Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
We're walking a lot slower. I imagine this does eventually kill us.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
The narrator sounds so sad. Your legs are probably messed up. True.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
I just noticed the clock says 12:20 now instead of 11:20. That's new. I don't know when that changed, but it's new. Oh no, the rest of them say 11:20. Why did that one say 12:20? Daylight savings. True.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Trying to think. I guess we should try to do the mind control room one more time. see if I remember how to get there.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Wow, thanks, narrator. Really appreciate that. That was so kind of the narrator to open the door for me.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Sure do.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an
there's
employee
multiple
in the
that were
building,
fired.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
2 of them were fired. 1 has a jumbled screen. 1 says pirate way up there.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So here's the thing. I still don't know what the numbered buttons do. But I think we're going to try shutting this down this time. Because we turned it on last time. Let's shut it down. Like the narrator wants us to. So what did that do?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine! Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Because it feels very ominous.
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Yeah.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Aww. I got 2 achievements. I beat the game and I got my first achievement. Wow. Okay. Well, I think that's a great way to end, actually. That was fantastic. Let's go back to the menu. That was so much fun. I really want to play more of it soon. I don't know when yet. Let me actually quit so we don't have that sound, that anxiety-inducing office sound in the background. That was so much fun. Okay, here's the real question now. Is my friend Ray still alive? Because I did say we're going to raid her. Yes, she is. Oh my gosh, y'all, she's 4 followers away from affiliate. She's 4 followers away from affiliate. We need to get her to affiliate. Okay? She's hit all the other benchmarks for affiliate. She just needs 4 more followers. So we are rating her, like I said earlier. But before we do that, let me throw a shout out in. So if y'all like don't want to, if y'all are heading to bed and you don't want to partake in the raid, you can just follow real quick. So we're gonna do this. Go give her a follow. And a couple quick announcements. Saturday, drag makeup stream doing Trixie Mattel. If you have specific Trixie looks you want me to try, put it in the suggestions channel in the Discord. 2, Purple Person merch is happening and going live Saturday as well. Very, very excited about that. 3, there's something else I was gonna say. Oh, maybe I'll play more Stanley Parable once I'm in my drag makeup. We'll see. Never know. But then the usual stuff. The Discord. There's a link to the Discord if you want to join the community. There's the YouTubes if you want to watch my past streams and VODs in an archive. BG3 coming soon next Thursday. Playing that with Cindy. It's going to be super fun. Assassin's Creed also coming soon, starting next Saturday. Lots of exciting things happening. Here's the Throne link if you want to buy me a little gift of some sort. And then while the merch shop is technically closed right now, it will be opening up on Saturday. So go do that. And then let's get the raid going. Let's see if this is gonna work or not. You're totally prepared. Of course, totally. Okay, is that gonna... Perfect. Okay, so let me make a raid message really quick. If you're subscribed, use the emotes in my raid message. If you're not subscribed, that's okay. Just use whatever emotes you want. Let me get this set. So I might play Druid. Ooh, I love that idea. Okay, y'all. Here is the message for the raid. Copy that and paste it into Ray's chat. Okay, y'all. I love y'all. Have a lovely evening. I will see you on Saturday for drag makeup. Bye.